Hey everyone, are you ready for a geography pop quiz? I'm going to walk you through some key ideas that'll help you absolutely ace your next exam. Let's get started. Now, don't think of this as a test. Think of it as a chance to level up and become a total map master. You can do this, so let's begin. All right, first up, we have round one, scale and maps. We're going to look at how we take our massive world and shrink it all down onto a single piece of paper. Okay, first question. You see the word scale on a map all the time, right? But what does it actually mean? Go on, take a second to think about it. It's actually pretty simple. Scale just tells you how much the real world has been shrunk down to fit on that piece of paper. It's the magic key that connects what you see on the map to the real places out there. Let's keep going. You've probably heard people talk about small scale and large scale maps. Now, the names can be a little tricky, so what's the real difference between them? Okay, this is where it gets a little backwards, so listen close. A small scale map shows a huge area, like a whole country, but you can't see a lot of detail. Then, a large scale map zooms way in on a tiny area, like your neighborhood, and shows you tons of detail. See? It's kind of the opposite of what you'd think. So, we know what scale is, but how do maps actually show it to us? There are three main ways. Can you name them? Yes, you got it. There are three big ones. You've got your line scale, which looks just like a little ruler right on the map. Then there's the word scale, which literally uses words to tell you. And finally, the ratio scale, which just uses numbers. Okay, last question for this round, and this one is super practical. Let's say you've got a map and you've got a ruler. How do you actually figure out the real distance between two places? It's just two easy steps, seriously. First, you measure the distance on the map. Then, you multiply that number by the map's scale, and boom, you've just turned a few centimeters on paper into actual kilometers in the real world. How cool is that? Fantastic work on round one. Now let's get ready for round two, lines on Earth. We're zooming out from the paper map to look at those invisible lines that wrap around our whole planet. Okay, let's hit a few basics all at once. First, what unit do we use to measure these lines? Second, what's that big line that splits the Earth into north and south? And third, what about the lines that divide east and west? You nailed it. We measure in degrees. The equator is our big north-south divider, splitting the globe into the northern and southern hemispheres. And for east-west, we have the Greenwich Meridian and the 180-degree line. Perfect. All right, time to put that knowledge to work. Let's pinpoint a location. Using those hemispheres, where in the world is South Africa? And, this is super important, what is the right way to write down a location's coordinates? Exactly. South Africa is in both the southern and the eastern hemispheres. And here's the golden rule you have to remember, okay? You always write the latitude, that's the north or south part, first. Then you write the longitude, which is the east or west part. Latitude always comes first. And here we are, the final question of our quiz. It's a word you've probably used 100 times, but can you give me the official definition? What exactly is an atlas? That's it. An atlas is that amazing book packed with maps, giving us all the info we need about incredible places all over the world. So simple, but so important. So, you crushed the quiz, but wait, there's more. I've got a bonus round for you. Super study tips. Think of these as little memory cheats to help you lock in this knowledge for exam day. Now, this scale thing can really trip people up. So here's the secret. It's basically opposite day. A really big number in the scale, like 1 to 1,000,000, means you get small detail. And a small number in the scale, like 1 to 1,000, means you get large, super zoomed-in detail. Just remember that. Opposites attract. And how in the world do you remember the difference between latitude and longitude? It's so easy. Just think. Latitude lines are flat, like the rungs on a ladder you climb. And longitude lines are long, running all the way from the top of the Earth to the bottom. Latitude is flat, longitude is long. You'll never get them mixed up again, I promise. And that is a wrap. You did an absolutely incredible job today. You've gone over the big ideas, you've got some new tricks up your sleeve, you are so ready for this exam. Walk in there feeling confident, because you've definitely got this. Good luck!